and already it's back day. Ooh, I'm looking forward to this one. I was looking forward to this one yesterday because I thought it was back day yesterday, but finally, 24 hours later, it really is back day. And I've been doing a lot of side project work today. For those who don't know, I'm a character artist, basically, which means it means what it is, really. I just make characters for games. But I don't know. It's quite varied. It's quite diverse. It doesn't just have to be for games. It's also for film and stuff like that. Anyway, there was a couple of things that I struggle with when it comes to being a character artist, and one of them is breaking down forms. It's on the outside, it seems like such a beginner thing, but when you're looking at a concept piece and you're trying to replicate what a 2D artist is brought to life on paper, and you try to make it, or you try to realize it inside of 3D, it's sometimes difficult in so many different ways. Like, sometimes designs can work on 2D, but they won't work in real life. So when you try to implement them in 3D, it doesn't work. It just doesn't, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. And then also, for a character concept, there could be anywhere from like 50 pieces of individual elements on a character to well over 200 pieces. That can get quite visually diverse. So when you're looking at a concept, it's quite easy to miss things that you won't see the first 10, 15, maybe even 20 times that you look at a concept. So, and then breaking down forms also in the way of like anatomy, basically. Obviously, being a character artist, you have to do a lot of anatomy based things, because, well, I'm sculpting. I'm pretty much sculpting. The majority of the time I'm sculpting, right? And of course that's just one step of the pipeline. But for the sake of just this argument, the forms that you're sculpting can be varied from, I don't know, like a torso sculpt to a face. Now, given the face is by far the hardest thing to sculpt, but also because it's difficult, it's actually fun. I mean, anything anatomy-wise is going to be the hardest thing, right? Especially if you're trying to achieve realism. But I find, especially when it comes to sculpting female faces, that getting the right forms can be very tricky. Don't even get me started on sculpting likeness. I mean, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I think anyone who does do that is crazy. Crazy as in mentally insane, and also crazy good at their job. And the patience. I'm not a very patient person. So once I kind of... It's easy to settle, basically. When you spend hours on one sculpt, you can easily turn around and say, yeah, okay, That's it, I'm done. But give it time, move on to a different prop or clothing piece of the character, and then you return to it and you're like, yeah, actually this could probably spend another 2 or 3 days of graft to make this piece even better. It's so yeah, those two things, I would say, the ability to have patience and to kind of almost see into the future of what the sculpt could look like, rather than spending a bunch of time on it. Because realistically, you're going to be spending a bunch of time on it, but you spend a good amount of time, not all the time needed, where it's completely done and you say, right, high poly done. But yeah, basically what I mean is just taking it that step forward, basically going from a good sculpt to a great sculpt. So just having that patience, and I guess it comes with experience as well, because obviously the less experienced you are, the more willing you are to say that's good enough. But that in the forms, which is again is another experience thing, but even experienced anatomy sculptors still get trouble, you know, for 20 years of experience. So, and not everyone's got the same body types or facial types. So it's almost like a never-ending lesson, really. But my God, it's so bright. That being hit with a full sunscreen of, I don't even know how bright the sun is, 20,000. Oh God. I don't even know what it's measured in now, but I couldn't even tell you. Jesus Christ. That's right. What was I saying? I don't know. Enough of the yip yap. I'm gonna see you in there for T-bar rows. Maybe even, oh my goodness, I think a new piece of equipment is actually outside the gym. So if we're lucky, we might be able to use the new row machine. But I highly doubt it. But fingers crossed. I don't know, if it is, I don't know, something's drapes over there, but I don't know, we'll just see, we'll see. Ooh. Wow. Oh. Back day smashed that. I couldn't record all the sets because it was busy. I mean, it was really busy. Everyone was where I needed to be as well. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But new. The thing is, I feel like a bit of a dick, really, with a tripod. Oh, here he comes with a tripod. Like, but just gotta do it. Listen, I gotta do it, so I don't care. It's whatever. I must do it. So, anyway, ran over. New gym piece. 2 gym pieces, actually. So, I didn't think we were gonna get them today. I thought we might get them tomorrow, but we did. We did actually get them today. So, new chest supported row and a new lateral raise. Now, I can't say much about the lateral raise. I did go on it for a couple of sets, but the weight was so light that I didn't really get the full experience. But this new row, I've got some good and I've got some bad. A lot of bad, to be honest with you. First off, Bodymasters. So, from a Bodymasters point of view, or from someone that has used quite a few Bodymasters machines now, I would, if I had to guess, before I even started using it, that it was going to be a gas machine. Not so much. Okay, every brand has its ups and downs, I suppose. But this one, I don't really know who made this one, to be honest with you. It was like, to put it bluntly, it was as if Android tried to make a gym machine for the first time. So it didn't feel like anybody that have built a machine or has used a gym machine before actually would make. Now, why do I say this? It's because the way the machine is made, you won't be able to see it. I don't think you'll be able to see it from the shitty angle that I recorded it at, because I was having tripod problems. But there's a bar, for some reason, welded to the centerpiece where the stack is, and the other side is welded to the T-bar, the actual bit where you pull. So it's not actually fixed onto the moving part, but it's fixed onto the part that at the bottom that doesn't move. But because it's welded down onto that part, wow, look at that car, it's nice, very nice, old school muscle. It means that you hit your right knee on it. And because the starting weight where it's wrapped is so far away, I don't know why it's so ridiculously far away. You end up hitting your knee. You can't actually get into a comfortable position from unracking because it's just so far away. Otherwise, you're hitting your knee on this bar that's been welded on to. It just seems like it's not needed. So there's that. There's a ridiculous amount of adjustment slots for the chest pad to compensate for this terrible design of how far the handlebars are from you. And then the stack itself is way too light. It was my first time using this machine ever, and I already had to put a 20 kilo plate on top of the stack in order to get a working set. I mean, that never happens, especially for a machine that I've never used before, because normally your body's biomechanics kind of gets used to how the machine kind of handles before you start getting any crazy weight. But I sat down and was immediately able to go way above the stack. But I kind of knew that going in, because back machines are notoriously not that heavy. Except from this Life Fitness lat pull down that I have in my gym. That's really heavy. That's nice. But yeah, I don't know why. So, random bar welded, which is, I mean, it's not random, it's obviously supposed to be there, but it doesn't comply with how you're supposed to use the machine. So how that even got past the design, the user testing phase, I have no idea. Bar's too far forward, too much adjustment, seat itself isn't very comfortable, and the stack is too light. Oh, and another big heavy hitter, there's two ways you can hold the handles. You can either go like a straight down one like that, or you can have the 45-degree slanted like that. Normal, that's valid. But the way these handles are situated, they're too close together, which means you end up using too much bicep. It almost turns into a bicep curl. So what is this? Is this a bicep curl or a row? Make up your mind. So clearly they were asleep at the wheel when they were making that machine. I didn't have incredibly high hopes, if I'm going to be honest, from the pictures, because I've used machines that have the same setup, and I already could have told you from the look of the machine, just off of one glimpse from a photo, that it was going to have those problems of, you know, the handles being too close and it using too much bicep, which is actually an annoyingly common occurrence in back machines. So I can't really rate it that highly, to be honest with you, but you know, it did replace a machine that I wasn't using anyway. So is it a big trade-off? Not for me, but I do know at least one or two people in there that did love that leg press that it replaced. It was, well, it's not an old school leg press, especially compared to the OG Cybex stuff that we've got in there and hack. So in terms of like when it was manufactured, it's not old school, but you know, it was carried over from the old gym that oh my god, that it used to be. So in that sense, to the gym, it's an old piece of equipment. And then yeah, the side lateral, I can't really give it a review just yet. I actually don't remember. It might be a flex leverage, that one. But yeah, that will have to be on next chest day, which is probably going to be a week from now. So I'll see you in the next one. I think it's like arms or something like that. So I'll see you then.